have to straight up yell. We are in a 2000 Lotus Exige S1. This is British motoring right here. This is as close as I've gotten to a race car as far as driving is concerned. Oh yeah, here we go. Tires need to be a little bit warmed up. That flywheel is so light. This thing revs so damn quickly. It's honestly, it's mind-bending, all right? It's got one purpose. The engine, there's nothing. There's no sound ending or anything. It's separated by a little thin wall of metal, and beneath us is just a sheet, basically. Held together a lot with glue, to be honest. Lotus did that. And we're sitting on the ground. Like, this is next level.
Okay, let's quickly crunch some numbers here. Around 600 Exige S1s were ever manufactured worldwide, 177 of those being left-hand drive, and only 8 track-spec models were originally brought into the USA by Lotus, not for street use. This one I'm driving has been in North America its entire life, and of those original 8, it's currently the only plated example on the continent. Now I'd say that's pretty special.
This is how I dreamed an Exige would look. I've always loved the Exige, a little bit more than the Elite. You know, it's a little bit bigger. It's got more presence to it. It doesn't have supercar presence, but this particular S1 pretty much has supercar presence. I mean, we've been getting looks all day long in this car. Thanks to the owner, Steve, for letting us take the car out for an entire day. That I cannot thank you enough, Steve, for that. That's just awesome.
So not only did Steve put me behind the wheel, he also makes this innovative product called the medical data carrier. MDC can save your life if you're on a motorcycle, at the track in a car, on a snowboard, anywhere you've got a helmet on, really. Just fill in your details, put it in the carrier, tuck in the patented flap, and stick it onto your helmet. As we all know, our passion for speed can quickly get us into trouble, so during an accident, your info is quickly retrieved, and it can make all the difference in an emergency. We're excited to offer you guys the custom Roads Untraveled branded medical data carrier at $299. These are limited production at only 200 units, so pre-order yours now using the link below, and you're also entered to win $250 cash when they ship out in 3 weeks' time.
You know, the best part about this car, above anything else, is just, it's such an event. You know, that's what I personally love. You know, what makes cars so special, or what makes certain cars so special, is just the event of the entire experience as a whole, right? So with a Supra, maybe you've got like to climb over a cage or something, you've got a harness to put on, and you've got a really loud turbo spool as you're rolling down the road. That is an event. The Lotus is a different kind of event, all right?
My heart in LA, in your one-bedroom apartment, right there where we started. You looked at me and I'm done.
The fact that it's got supercar presence, but it's not a supercar. Like, Lotus doesn't really make supercars, and this is definitely a sports car. Make no joke about it. Anyways, it's not a supercar. This is definitely a sports car. But the thing that makes this car so special is it's such an event to get in it, it's such an event to get ready to drive, and it's such an event to drive the car. So as you can see, the door sill here is kind of like a McLaren. No luxuries inside whatsoever, but there is like some leather here. But it's very much a, okay, you've got to put your foot in first and then squeeze yourself in. And I'm by no means a big dude, and then just kind of squeeze your foot in. But as you can see, the door sill kind of reminds me of a McLaren, right? It's got a tub that you basically sit down into, and then once you're in here, you've got full 5-point racing harness as well, that goes on here, one for your crotch down here, and then you've got one for your lap belt, and no sound deadening, okay? There's nothing inside here. All you have is your climate control, no AC whatsoever. You've got your tach, and then for your gas gauge, it just displays how many liters you have left. But the whole point of this car is just to make, well, at least from my perspective, is to make you feel special while driving, and even when you're just standing still. Like, this to me is insane. And then when you close the door, I mean, as you can see, it's like only a foot tall. The windows, like half a foot tall. It's very small, very contained in here. This is not a big car. It's super easy to drive, minus the visibility. There's no visibility. The shifting is an event, the heel towing is an event. It's so involved, probably more involved than any other car I've ever driven. I mean, the inputs are all super easy. The steering's way lighter than I thought it would be. It's like incredibly light, but it's super direct. And the clutch, the throw is like super short on the clutch, but it's really easy. Honestly, it's really easy to drive, really forgiving to drive on the street. The seats are fairly comfortable. They kind of beat you up a little bit. Upshifting just to downshift again. Wow. Hard on the brakes. Whoa! This should not be legal. Nope. Nope. I'm having trouble putting into words, but the feeling I get in this car is basically I feel like this car was made for me. I know that sounds ridiculous, but coming from an SW20 MR2, I've had the MR2, multiple MR2s for a total of 3 to 4 years now of ownership. That car's very daily drivable. It's kind of like your entry-level mid-engine car, right? Basically the cheapest mid-engine car you could buy. And then there's this. And this is far from the most expensive mid-engine car you can buy, but it's definitely one of the most hardcore mid-engine cars you can buy. My throat is about to bleed right now because I'm yelling so loud. That's basically it. If I had a passenger in the car right now, we would be bumping shoulders, and that person's just along for the ride. I mean, as far as I can tell, the passenger does not have any form of holy shit handle. You need a holy shit handle in this car. It's pretty quick. It's pretty fast, you know. It doesn't have the turbo on it, right? So it's not a very big torque punch all of a sudden, but you do have a very flat torque curve and a very linear power curve. I mean, it's motorsport. That's what it is. Just listen to that, cruising at 2,500 RPM. It's got a very aggressive camshaft in it as well, man, oh man. Even after, you know, a couple hours of driving it in the city, out here on the back roads on the freeway, it's very overwhelming, and you get a sense that, you know, this thing is not, it's not made for the faint of heart. It is made for the real motorsports enthusiast. I mean, what am I gonna say? I'm driving a freaking Lotus right now. This is like, I feel like this has been in my blood, in my DNA since the day I got into cars. Manual brakes take a while to get used to. Here's a hairpin. Digs in and goes. Woo. Yes! Wow. The back tires are to a point where they're not super wide, right? They're only 245s in the back, I believe, which is fine, it works, but I'm not getting them warmed up enough on the street here, so I can feel it start to kind of slip, just a little, not slip, but you know, you can feel the sidewall. It does have a fair bit of sidewall, so you can feel that kind of give a little bit of flex as you're going through a corner and accelerating out. It's the very definition of what a car should be. It's the very definition of the basics of a car, and it's the closest I've ever come in a vehicle with two seats to just the raw dynamics of what a car is. Everything else disappeared the moment I got into this car. It's so easy to heel toe. How did they make it that easy? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video with this epic Lotus. Let me know what you guys think of the car in the comments below. Share the video if you want to see more incredible cars like this.